Who
has a right
to be
motivated.
motivated?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Who has a right to be motivated? Today, like you can see, I have a big fish on the show. I have a very, very professional friend of mine and a mentor. It's somebody that I look up to. He is nobody than Madaki, a fine boy international, an FBI for short. But beyond just being a fine boy, Emdee is very intellectual. He is a TV host. A lot of you would have seen him on television. He's also a big social media personality. But beyond that, Emdee is a cybersecurity expert with so many years of experience, having worked with international organizations, including the World Bank, UNICEF, and so many others. Ladies and gentlemen, a warm applause for Emdee Madaki on the show today.
Thank you so
Emdee,
much.
good morning, and thank you for coming to the show.
You know, it's weird. I'm usually on the other side of the table interviewing people, and so now being on this side
Today
it should be fun.
Yeah, it should be fun. So we're looking forward to an exciting time. This is a show that is dedicated for human beings looking for motivation and inspiration. And inspiration exists almost everywhere. And it's not a monopoly of few people. So today I want to get to meet with you to see beyond just what we know, beyond the tweets and the Instagram posts that are penned. Who in the world is Emdee Madaki?
Where do I start? One of the hardest things to talk about is to talk about myself. I do believe a lot in myself and about myself, but to not talk about it is quite hard, and that's because over the last couple of years, say the last 15, 20 years, I've done so many things. So it's almost like someone asked once that, what do you do? And I was like, the question is, what don't I do? Because I believe it's all about working smart, and when you work smart, you know how to do anything. So I'm Madaki from Benue State. I just turned a year older. Please Jesus. So random, but when I was 33, I was like, this will be the age of death. Doesn't mean I'm going to die. So I actually had this minor panic that am I going to pass 33 and I've achieved so much. So how much have I done? Let's say I've worked. And so I'm Emdee Madaki. My government name is Madaki. I'm from Benue State.
Government name.
Yeah.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, I have a degree in sociology. I have a master's in computer forensics. I'm currently doing a PhD in security and strategic studies. So I do like education a lot because I believe even if it doesn't work for you now, it comes as a backup plan, so like a retirement plan at some point. And we'll talk about that as we go on. I'm a cybersecurity expert. The word expert makes me sound big, like
yeah. But you are an expert. We've seen the work that you've done. You've trained people at the police headquarters. You've done work.
Oh, you know that.
I know those things.
Yeah, that's true. You know, sometimes I actually forget I've done that. Did some bit for INEC before the elections.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I'm also a communications consultant. I co-own a PR and communications firm called Island Services also. And I'm the co-host on the weekend show on AIT.
AIT, African Independent Television. AIT, yeah.
And besides that, this is me. I love watching TV. I love food. I love traveling. And I love boxing. I think it's therapeutic.
Wow, this is the one point that we may not agree on. I don't like boxing like this.
It's fun.
I don't like boxing, but we can talk about boxing on another day.
Yeah.
Let's quickly jump into being a cybersecurity expert. There's not a lot of people in that space. Maybe because of the cyber or because of the security. I don't know what's scaring people a lot. And then you coming from a sociology background, how in the world did you get here? Did cybersecurity choose you, or did you choose cybersecurity?
So it's a little bit of both. I try to be deliberate with what I do. I wanted to study law, and I don't know if I wanted to study law because my father is a lawyer and I just feel one child should be a lawyer because my older brother is an architect. So I wanted to study law. Knowing the Nigerian system, instead of law, I got offered sociology. But it wasn't totally the Nigerian system. My JAM score wasn't the highest, so it was third list. But I wanted to, so they gave me sociology, which I started. And after that, during the course of that, I was still interested in the law part. So my dissertation, my project in undergrad was on sentencing patterns in Nigerian courts. So I was interested in the criminology angle of it. And so after that, I served with NTA. So that's how the communications part started. But before I served, Nigeria this was in 2007, just when Facebook was starting. Then when I was 7 was when we started Facebook and all of dialogue here. We were notorious for Yahoo, adversary fraud, 419, and so I saw a course called Information Security and Computer Crime. My dad also saw it, I was like, oh, you should be interested in this, you should apply for it. And so I applied for it, and I got the admission, but I had to choose to serve, so I deferred it. And so the next year, I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to school, and the school said, you know what? The course is now called Computer Forensics.
They will change the name.
Yes, and you have a degree in sociology. This course is for people who study computer science, computer engineering, people in law enforcement, so this is not for you. And so I wrote to the school a letter saying, I did my computer school when I was 9 years old. And so I've been using computers since I was 9 years old, so for like about the last 10 years. So if you don't want me to do this course, how about you give me a test to write? If I fail, then I'll do whatever you want me to do. But if I pass, then let me do a master in computer forensics. And I think the school just got tired of my madness and they just sent the admission letter and said, you know what?
You're in place.
Yes.
We can't deal with this.
And so that's how I got to do a master in computer forensics.
But it actually showed that you know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yeah, because
that's why it's good to be intentional. Like I had to push because after doing sociology and focusing on criminology, I realized that the next wave of crime would be digital.
Exactly, because crime also changes.
Exactly. So at a bigger level, it would be digital, and we're still evolving in that space. And so I decided to do this master's. And even at that, I wanted to focus on mobile phones because my project then, in 2008, 2009, was saying that we are going to move from Symbian, and then we had Sony Ericsson and the rest, and we are going to move towards Android, taking the market share from the likes of BlackBerry. So that was what my master's thesis was on. And so seeing how bad Nigeria was painted for 409 email scam, I felt it's the time for us to come back and make the name of Nigeria look better. That was when we also had the FCC. So the goal was go do this, come back and maybe work with the FCC and help make the country better. So it was actually all good intentions. And so I did master in computer forensics, did a bit of work with Sky TV, and then got a job as a cybersecurity analyst, then senior cybersecurity analyst. And then being young and, I don't know if I was young and foolish or young and ambitious, I decided let me come back to Nigeria and see how we can make things work. And so in 2010 I came back to Nigeria briefly and I went to the FCC. I knew somebody at the top there and I was like, oh, these are my qualifications. And I was like, oh, you're still young, why don't you do your PhD first? And I was like, like, it didn't make sense. And so I left Nigeria again, went back to the UK, worked for about 4 years, and then decided, you know what, it's time to come back.
Again.
And then I came back to Nigeria, did some work in fintech, and then started my own cybersecurity company. We were at that stage where a lot of what we do is not digitized, it's more files and papers. And people are like, what can you do here? But for me, I felt the education was the first part, being able to tell people this is important and you would need this, even if not now, later, we'll have emails. Everybody should be interested in cybersecurity. So I started my own company called Cyber Technologies, and since I got back in 2013, we've been pushing.
For people, young people that are watching us, if you want to become a cybersecurity expert, there are so many channels from your explanation that you can get to. So you don't technically need to have a complete science background. If you're very clear about what you want, you can find information online or you reach out for you to know what's next to do. Alright, let's just jump into the middle of the main conversation, which is motivation. there's an age-long adage that says the rich also cry.
Yeah.
You know, big people also feel the pain once in a while. So when you know, and you're a boxing guy, so it's tough. You already have enough motivation to go. But then when life punches you in the face, you know, outside of the boxing ring now, you know, how do you get back up? What's the strategy for self-motivation?
So, you know, when you get to my age, everything has a story behind it.
Yeah, true.
I grew up as a child. I was very skinny. I was very tiny. I couldn't wear short because they used to call me mosquito legs, like toothpick and all of that. So I was almost bullied in the sense that I was just a tiny kid. I'd broken my left hand, my right hand. I was just that tiny, small child. And I was left-handed. I am left-handed. So my problem started with the fact that teachers in school were trying to force me to use my right hand as opposed to my left hand. But being a rebel, there was a whole time where I didn't write anything in school. I was like, since you're forcing me, I'm not doing this. They had to beg me and say, okay, I beg. But I think that affected me because I started failing so much. I lost interest in school. So I was that child who was always promoted on trial, like just barely there, just let my people go. Just 1 to just 2 promoted on trial. SS2, I repeated SS2, I failed out because in the school where if you fail in SS2, they throw you out of the school. And because they didn't want their WHARTBM results to be bad, I had to go to another school and I had to redo SS2 and continue. Now, the reason why I failed wasn't because I wasn't intelligent, it was because of peer pressure. I wanted to do arts, but in that school they had 57 girls in arts and 5 boys.
Wow.
And teachers used to say arts class is a dumping ground for intellectual idiots. I'll never forget that. And so I didn't go to arts. I went to commercial sites where they were doing commerce, accounting, and government. And I didn't know maths. I think mathematics, and coming from someone who studied computer forensics, this sounds funny. Like I didn't know maths, I didn't like maths. And so that's why I was failing, because I was doing something I didn't like. So when I repeated SSL and I did arts, then I found out that I could actually do this. Like I loved reading, I loved talking, and so it was easy for me to go to school, rebrand myself, and enjoy what I was doing. So to your question, what motivates me, what picks me up, is failure. When you failed so much, the words of talking about, well, you can't shame the shameless. I've been called Dundee. Somebody close to me has told me it's upholstery you will do. Then we had Oxford Learner's Dictionary. It wasn't, we didn't have the internet like that. I had to go and check what is upholstery. So I was like, hey, so it means there's going to be a carpenter.
In this life.
now, carpenters are making money. I saw one couch for 800k. I'm telling you. I saw one chair, 850k. I was like, so if I was not upholstery, maybe it would have made sense. And all of that. But for me, failure, as cliche as it may sound, has been that motivation. When you failed so much and you see yourself bouncing back, you just know that no matter what happens, you can bounce back. I believe we weren't taught failure. We were taught you must pass. See your mates. Does he have 2 heads? See this person, the comparison and all. But I was able to, like, when you've taken all the insults, nobody can press you.
Exactly.
Bobrisky. Have you seen anybody die from insults? And so for me, it was all of that. But the truth also is, what motivates me now is the fact that I believe you can be anything you want to be. Especially when you see the internet, you can create an account, create a new name for yourself, pick a picture and put it. And if you want to tweet about technology, you can tweet about technology and people go, oh, it's making sense. If it's football, and you can become an authority in that space. A lot of celebrities you have today and now are celebrities because they carved a niche for themselves on social media. And everybody was like, oh, when this person talks about this, this is good. And so that's how I even landed this TV role, because I was making a lot of noise about politics, governance, and whatever bothers me on Twitter. I was invited to a TV show as a guest. And next thing they invited me as a guest again. The next thing they invited me as a guest host. And next thing they gave me the role of the host because I was passionate about something and I was happy to put it out there. So knowing that you can pick an area, become an expert, read, access to information is everywhere. So you now tend to motivate yourself, and then that positive reinforcement. I'm my own MVP. I'm the coach. I'm the captain of my own team, and so it's for me to motivate myself. And see from the fact that you're motivating younger you. present you, and future you.
Wow.
So it's like, younger you went through this, so I'm not going to mess you up. Like, I have points to prove to younger you that you didn't go through all of that for nothing. And so for future you, it's like, there's more to come. So what I'm doing now prepares me for them. So the motivation is knowing that, I told someone this yesterday or some days ago, that whatever I have right now will be irrelevant and too small for my status in the next 10 years.
True.
So I don't see anything as a peak. So some people say, oh, you're on TV, you're here, oh, people know you, oh, you have access to all these events. Some people, that's the peak, they've arrived. But for me, like, that's not where I want to be. I see Jack Ma, like, I see Bezos, and I'm like, in 10 years' time, they may not be at the top.
True.
Who is going to be above them? Do you understand?
They're worried about
exactly.
what's going on next.
What I'm looking forward to in the next 10 years wouldn't even be a big deal for me in 10 years. So what happens after that? And so that's how I motivate myself. That's how I push myself.
So you technically you have versions of yourself that you look at like in an array. You know, the past, the present, the future, and the future's future.
Yes.
And when you see everything lined up, you know, guy,
you can't afford to mess it up.
I mean, whatever happens right now, you know, whether it's your car that got bad or something that went wrong, you know, or something isn't just making sense.
How I also motivate myself is that when I'm down, which I have, at some point, I think it was last year, to say I had like a depressed state, like a time where, because I've finished consulting for World Bank, I've done so many things, and there was nothing else to go higher. That's why I was like, okay, let me go back to school, because in your 30s you already done what most parents are retiring to go and do. And so what I started doing, and I would advise young people to do, most times, get a notepad, write down your achievements from January till now. Each month when you achieve something, write it down. Oh, I spoke at TEDx.
Wow.
Oh, I spoke to a group of 10 people. So 10 people listened to me, so that's a sphere of impact. Oh, I was able to do X, Y, Z. Oh, I got a new client today. By the time come January 2, you're like, oh, at least I achieved 30 things.
Wow.
50 things. And so I go back and look at this and I'm like, man, but don't try. Like, yeah. To be honest, like you said something, the rich also cry. It's not easy. I don't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
And this is what people need to know, especially as entrepreneurs or business
You
owners.
lose money.
See, there are days that you have zero naira. Yes, you have assets. Yes, you have businesses. Yes, sometimes it's that people are owing you.
True.
You wake up some days and you are dry and flat and out. And then within that same day you can make $1 million.
Yes.
The next day you can make more. But I still have those down times. Everybody does, even at the top. Like you wake up and you hear that Jeff Bezos was $4 billion in a day. There's a time I think Dangote was like $2 billion within one window, and it will pay people.
Definitely,
like,
definitely.
Even like in Christianity and in religion, for instance, they talk about how the shepherd leaves his 99 sheep to come find the one
that is missing. No.
So you have like 100 billion. If 1 billion is missing,
you want to find out.
Because if you have $1 million and you give somebody 1 naira,
inside. I'm telling you, we are now 999,999.
And so, yeah, that's what I think.
Wow, so this is really superb, you know. So when you look at the past and see where you are coming from, you know that you are not here by chance. You know you are here for a reason. And when you also look at the array, so it's okay for people to have a picture of themselves, you know, the 10-year picture, the 10 years after the 10 years picture. And when you see that it's possible, because you are living in like the most, you know, blessed era of humanity, I would say, because this is the age of the internet, anything is possible, you know. So thank you for sharing your secret to self-motivation. We'll take a quick break now. When we're back, we'll get into the books and the quotes that inspire Emdee Madaki. Don't go anywhere. It's still your show. Who has a right to be motivated? Alright, welcome back to the show. Who has a right to be motivated? Still, my guest is the inspiring, the amazing Emdee Madaki, aka That's Emdee. You know, Emdee is a cybersecurity professional. He's a TV host, and beyond that is a huge community leader. I got to know him through the Abuja Global Shapers, where he has a lot of impact projects. We will not be able to talk about all of those, but let's just jump straight into the next question. Andy, there's this quote that was attributed to Isaac Newton. And so Newton was quoted to have said that if I have seen further than my peers, it's because I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. That is, even though Newton is great, is attributing all that he has achieved to the work, that has come before him and to the people who showed him the road, like in the Nigerian parlance. And
follow person where Sabiru.
Yeah, follow person where Sabiru. So, what's your opinion and idea about mentorship? Do you have mentors, and who are they?
So this is something I struggle with. There are a couple of people who, in their minds or to themselves, they may be mentors to me. I have a lot of big friends. So working under people, having people older than you and more experienced than you always helps. So I'll state that categorically clear. It's you learn by following the footsteps of others, like he said in that quote. But mentorship is something I have struggled with. I don't believe in mentorship because most people, everybody is winging it. Everybody's trying to figure it out. They may have tried in what they're doing, but they're still trying to get there. So what I believe in are role models. But even as I believe in role models, someone say, don't meet your role models because you'll find out they're human. It's like when we watched, was it 300, where their king or whatever, the supposed god on earth was shot and they saw he could bleed and they're like, oh, so you're human, like, so you can bleed. And so I believe in role models. So I wouldn't say I have a mentor per se. I'll tell you about someone who I low-key and high-key look up to a lot. Weird choice, but that's Will Smith.
Wow, Will Smith.
Yeah.
Will Smith.
And I'll tell you this, so from watching The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which I still watch almost every day,
you don't get bored of
saw
it.
him as a young person, to seeing him also do music,
wow,
to being a successful actor. And most importantly, one of the reasons why he works for me is that he's also doing well with his family thing. So he has his professional life on check, and his family, look at his kids, how he's letting them have a choice, live their own life, and so he's good at what he does, he's talented, he's been able to wing it with family well, he has stayed relevant over the years while having fun. I find like this is Will Smith, who we've been watching since the 90s, and even as of this year, he did Aladdin.
There's a long time
man, exactly, and so even till now, he finds a way of, okay, so people would have forgotten him, but he goes on his social media, he makes a lot of noise, he does a lot of fun stuff. That's where people remember, oh, Will Smith is there, how about we cast him for this role? Because sometimes you get so great and successful and you just go and hide in your cocoon and feel, you know what, let me stay away from the people, who should have access to me. We say, oh, not everybody should have access to you, which is true. But by putting out, oh, I'm going skydiving, I'm taking things off my bucket, it's like, oh, this guy he's almost 50. And he's doing all this fun stuff. Let's bring him in. And so I draw a lot of inspiration from him. So I don't need to know him personally. But watching the things he has done and he has achieved, managing his family, tried his best to stay out of controversy, is something I aspire to. So it's not perfect, but we've watched him grow, like we grew with him. So watching that goofy kid with big ears to seeing the responsible person now, the family man, I think it's amazing. So I believe in the role models, less of mentors. Sometimes with mentors, I've also learned that sometimes they try to stifle you. I've worked with people who are suffering, they see that you're doing so well, and they try to sabotage you because it's like, who are you?
Exactly.
And that's like
where do you think you are going?
Exactly.
Or you are in a hurry? Calm down.
Most mentors mistake mentorship with being a godfather. And so it's like what we say in politics, I made you who you are.
Exactly.
And so you're forever beholden to me, like whatever you do must be tied to me. And that's just wrong.
That's not
so
correct.
Rather look at you, learn from what you've done, what you've achieved.
And I think even mentorship in the right sense of it should be mutually beneficial.
Exactly.
The mentor should have something to benefit or to gain from even the mentee.
You know, must be adding some value of sorts to that relationship.
Exactly. It has to be a two-way thing. That's how it keeps being alive. And so no one really has, that monopoly of what do you call it now? You know, that monopoly of brag,
of influence.
you get it. Because if I'm your mentee, in relationship, mentorship relationships that I look forward to is where I also can be of value to the person. Where when they want to talk, they say, you know what, I wouldn't have been able to do this big except because this guy supported me in this way, and I know that what I benefit from the person, advice and all that. But this is really cool. Now we know the thin line between mentorship and role model. When you're down sometimes, I believe a picture of Will Smith will get Andy back up any day, almost.
Money gets me
Let's move now to the next question. The next question is something that's straightforward and easy. He's also trying to look at, what drives you still. There's so many angles to this motivation thing. Books are things that bring information close to us. They're writers and authors that live thousands of miles away, thousands of years away. But then when we read, we get access to their mind. What are the two most inspiring books that you have actually read? Because we are sending that as a recommendation to those watching the show.
So, two most inspiring books which I would advise anybody to read. One is The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Oh, The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Sun Tzu was an ancient Chinese strategist.
Wow.
So my PhD is in security and strategy.
You see, everything is coming back to security.
Exactly. And so Sun Tzu was a military general. So books like The Art of War, The Art of Seduction, or whatever, they picked up from the treatises and writings of Sun Tzu. And so The Art of War is something. It's a book I feel everybody should read, and if you read that, you will.
And these are information that don't get obsolete. It's always relevant. Because it talks about the human beings, and human beings don't change.
Exactly. Yeah. And so for years and years, and so most military strategies you see today is from things like that. Most of what you see government and politicians do today, like something I learned which really blew my mind was where he spoke about when you're the most prepared, appear the least prepared. And when you're the least prepared, appear the most prepared.
Wow.
So
wow.
that's little nuggets like that blew my mind. Then also I like Malcolm Gladwell's Outliers.
Oh, Outliers again.
It's something it's a book I feel people should read. And that's because it tells a lot of stories in it. So I think it was
practical stories.
I read about Isaac Newton and how, as a kid, he was an odd kid. He was, when he's meant to be doing this, he'll be doing it wrong, and the uncle would beat him. He was oddly placed. And so most of the inventions we're enjoying today, most of the things we're enjoying today are by those geeks that people look down on.
True.
Growing up, you with glasses, a nerd, you and all of that. But those are the people creating the innovations that we're enjoying, that is making us cool, that are making the cool kids cool. But
true.
These are people who were bullied or looked down on. And so, outside, I like it because they state examples. So it's not just inspired to backfire. You real scenario that this is what happened with this person and this is how this happened. So those are two of my faves, if I have to choose.
If you have missed the books that Andy recommended, one, he recommended The Art of War by Sun Tzu. He also recommended Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell. If you can get those two books, it's going to really help you move forward. Now to the final question, and my favorite question, is the easiest question. Is there any quote? I know there's a lot of quotes, there's a lot of wise sayings, there's a lot of proverbs, dingling, dangling, but which one looks like it speaks to you, like maybe at the phase that you are in now? Sometimes we also improve and all that. So a quote that was your quote 10 years ago, you're like, no, things are moving forward. So what quote is your favorite quote?
So my favorite quote at the moment is very unconventional, but
everybody
who knows me will know I say this. And it seems like this life now one, chop life. Like basically this life now one, like you have one life. As easy as it may sound, whatever you're doing now, you need to remember yourself. You need to take care of yourself. What are you doing for yourself? Before we shape the world, before we shape people and our environment, you need to be able to shape yourself. What are you doing for yourself? And so sometimes I'm not motivated, and sometimes that you're not motivated. The problem is that you're hungry.
I'm telling you, and just be fine.
You see motivation
comes back.
That small money, you have traveled to another state. If you have money to travel to another country, travel to another country. Don't think about, oh, I've not paid my next 2 years' rent. Sometimes do something for yourself. Now, most times as young people, as people generally, look at yourself and you find out, what have I done for myself this year? What have I done for myself this month? It could be investing in education, it could be investing in clothes, it could be investing in a new fund which could help you start a new business on that fund. And so remembering that this life is one, and like I said, at the age of 33, I was scared. So what if I die now? There'll be so many great things they'll say they have done, but that doesn't even scratch the surface of what I want to do.
So there's more to come.
So when I say chop life and live life now, it's about do it wisely. Because whatever you do now, your future self will hold you accountable.
True.
So it's like live that life as if this is now, but it doesn't live foolishly. It's like add that value today, get that value today. Like, what are you doing for yourself today?
Exactly.
What have you achieved?
This is the point where we wrap up the show, and it's been a very big pleasure and privilege to have Emdee Madaki on the show today. And
thanks for having me.
My pleasure, Emdee. Thank you very much for showing up. If Emdee Madaki has a right to be motivated, and I, Emdee Tiamiyu, the king of motivation, has a right to be motivated, guess who has a right to be motivated? You have a right to be motivated. So until next time, stay motivated.